Following the end of reproductive rights in this country, Roe v. Wade, Texas instituted one of the most, if not the most, restrictive abortion ban in the country, which includes no exceptions, especially for rape. Now, addressing the critics at the time, Governor Greg Abbott said, "Oh, don't worry, you don't need exceptions for rape. No. We'll just get rid of it. We'll just get rid of rape." What? I mean, we'll just get rid of rape. I mean, this problem that's, been here for as long as human history, we'll just get rid of it. I mean, how hard could it be? We'll just get rid of rape. Now, it turns out, actually pretty difficult. Now, this is according to Lindsay LeBlanc, executive director of the Sexual Assault Resource Center in Bryan near Texas A&M. The amount of rape victims that are coming in to her for counseling since this proclamation last year by Governor Greg Abbott to try to crack down and end rape. It turns out the amount of people coming in to see her for that counseling has not dipped at all. There's been absolutely no reduction in the amount of rape. In fact, she says, quote, "The numbers have stayed consistently high. We are struggling to keep up with demand." It's almost as if, Abbott never actually had a plan to prevent rape and sexual assault and had never cared to develop one in the first place. I know, shocker, right? No, the plan is not my problem. What, if you're a woman, you get raped, you have a baby? Sure, I guess we could use that as proof to put a rapist behind bars. That's if we actually cared about it, but we don't. The thing is, there's already a way to do that. It's called a rape kit, but rape kits never get tested. In fact, many counties, many cities have enormous backlogs in their rape kits. They're not treated as priorities. And then you also have the fact that the majority of sexual assault is never reported to police, and about 8 out of 10 of those assaults are committed by a person known to the victim. And so, I mean, this is not a solution. There is no, there's an actual solution here, at least to the problem of pregnancy by rape, and that's allowing for a woman to get an abortion. But again, they don't want that. So now, as I mentioned, banning abortion in the state of Texas did nothing to stop rape and sexual assault. That shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. But again, if you talk to Greg Abbott, big surprise. Oh my God. No, he wouldn't even admit it, though. No, everything's going great here in Texas. What are you talking about? We are pro-life. There's more. A sexual assault hotline in Houston has answered about 4,800 calls through August of this year alone, putting it on track to exceed last year's volume of 4,843, which means you actually could have more sexual assault that has been reported in Texas since ending reproductive rights. Huh. And again, more than 14,000 rape crimes have been reported in Texas since the law took effect last year. This is according to the Texas Department of Public Safety. But once again, that's an undercount because we don't know how many, because it is so little, how little it's reported to police because they don't do anything about it. In fact, the crisis centers in Texas say the number of rape victims they've accompanied to hospital for exams is rebounding since the pandemic restrictions kept advocates from entering. The Women's Center in Fort Worth, for example, has made more than 650 visits to counsel victims undergoing exams in the past year, compared to about 340 in the year prior, said Alicia Mathena, the assistant director of crisis services at the center. At the Safe Alliance in Austin, where sexual assault victims can get exams and medical care, at its Eloise House, senior director Juliana Gonzalez said it's admirable for Texas to work on rape prevention, but they're not actually doing so, from what I can see. It says, I also think it's important for the state to live in the reality that we have to respond to sexual assault. But here's the thing, Greg Abbott he's a right-wing man. He's never going to understand. He's never going to have any sort of empathy towards the victims. Remember, for a lot of right-wingers, we're going to blame the victim. What were you wearing? Why didn't you put the aspirin between your knees? Why did you make him assault you? That's the mindset that we're dealing with here. And so to expect that they would actually do anything to prevent rape or to allow a woman who has been raped, that is pregnant with a rapist baby, to be able to have an abortion. No, they don't want that. In Texas, women don't matter. Look, these people love to call themselves pro-life. But for them, it seems like the only lives that matter are white men and unborn fetuses. Because it's not about life. It's never been about life. It's always been about control.